Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on probability part 1. A special puzzle to warm up the brain cells is on the next slide. The answer will be given at the end. Enjoy. What is the meaning of the following? Good luck with it and see how you go. Basic probability. In simple terms, the probability of an event E occurring is PE. So PE means the probability of E occurring, and that's the number of ways that E can happen over the total number of possibilities. Let's look at some examples. Number 1, a coin is tossed. What is the probability that a head is thrown? So there's only one head, and there are two possibilities, so PH is a half. So there's two possibilities there, but just one head. A die is thrown. Now die is the singular form of dice. What is the probability of throwing an even number? So the number of evens are 3. There are 3 of them, 2, 4, 6. And the total possibilities are 6 because it has 6 faces. So P even is 3 over 6, which is a half. A hat has the numbers from 1 to 10 in it. What is the probability of picking a multiple of 4? Now the number of multiples, there are 2 of them. Of course, the multiples of 4 are 4 and 8. The total possibilities are 10 because there are 10 numbers. So the probability of picking a multiple of 4 are 2 over 10, which is 1 over 5. Number 4, I draw a card from a deck of 52 playing cards. What is the probability of drawing a king? Now the number of kings in a normal deck is 4. The total possibilities are 52 because there are 52 cards. So the probability of drawing a king is 4 over 52, which is 1 over 13. Now note, the probability of an event occurring is always between 0 and 1, inclusive. And I'll explain what that means in a moment. 0 and 1 inclusive. Number 5. There are 8 horses in a race. I back only one of the horses. What is the probability that my horse does not win? So the probability of no win is 1 minus an eighth, which means that I've got 1 in 8 chance of winning, which means I have 7 out of 8 chances of losing. In a box there are 4 white marbles, 2 red marbles, 5 blue marbles and 9 orange marbles. What's your chance of picking a white or a red? Not picking a blue, picking any colour. So white or red, 4 whites and 2 reds, that's 6 out of 20, which is 3 over 10. No blue, there are 5 blues, so it's 1 minus 5 over 20, which is 1 minus a quarter, so 3/4, that's the probability of not picking a blue. The probability of picking any colour is 20 over 20 is 1. Because if you put your hand in, you must pick a colour. It's a certain event. So note, if the probability of an event is 0, that means it's an impossible outcome. If the probability of an event is 1, that means it's a certain outcome. Now let's have a brief look at two-stage events. Let's look at 2 examples. A coin is tossed twice. Show all the possible outcomes. So let's assume H and T represent the possible outcomes for the first coin. H and T are the possible outcomes for the second coin. When you combine those together, you get those 4 outcomes there. There they are. So there are 4 possible outcomes only. What is the chance of throwing 2 tails? Well, 2 tails only occurs once. So PTT is 1 over 4. Because TT occurs once, 4 possible outcomes, so it's 1 over 4. A die is rolled and a coin is tossed. Show all the possible outcomes. For a die, you've got one of 6 choices there, 1 to 6. For a coin, you've only got head or tail. When you combine those together, they are the answers, which means there are 12 possibilities. The question is, What is the chance of throwing an even number and a head? So here there are three possibilities, 2H, 4H and 6H. So even number and head. So that's 3 out of 12 and that's a quarter. Here's a quick quiz to help you. Please check through the video at any time. The answer to the puzzle. What is the meaning of the following? Partly cloudy. How good is that one? And here are the answers to the quick quiz, and the video is at your disposal.